Welcome to St. John's High School. I'm your teacher Rabia Atif. Today we are going to discuss the lesson of class 8th English Literature. You will find this chapter on page number 74 with the name of Mariam's Letter. This will be part 1. Before reading, let's have a look at few vocabulary words. Number 1, tattered, which means old and torn. Number 2, cloak, which means robe or dress. Number 3, inhabitants, which means person or animal lives in. Number 4, shivered, which means shake. Number 5, plodded, which means walk slowly with heavy steps. Number 6, gleamed, which means shined. Number 7, crevices, which means narrow openings. This is the first paragraph on page number 74. Let's read it. On the grey sky of early dawn, stars still glowed. An old man was walking through the town, drawing his tattered cloak closer to shield his body from the cold, biting wind. Except for the occasional bark of a dog or the screech of a bird disturbed before its time, the whole town was wrapped in deathly silence. Most of its inhabitants were still asleep. The old man shivered but plodded on till he came out of the town gate onto a straight road. On one side of the road was a row of trees, and on the other the town's public garden. A handsome new building stood at the end of the garden. Light gleamed through the crevices of its closed doors and windows. In the first paragraph, we see it's the scene of dawn. This means early morning, when still the sun did not shine. It's the story of an old man who is walking through the town in the cold that is very much extreme. And only you can hear the bark of a dog or a screech of a bird that wakes up early in the morning. The whole town was silent because everybody was fast asleep. Only this old man, about which this story is out of the house, and he is going somewhere. He is going to join the building that is in front of the garden, and that building is very handsome looking. Handsome looking means it's a good one, and the light is coming out through its windows. Before reading the next para, again few vocabulary words are here. Arc, you can call it arch as well, which means dome or bridge. Veranda, roofed platform outside house. Superintendent, which means supervisor. Clerk, a person who undertakes routine duties at office. This is the second para on page number 74. As soon as he saw the wooden arch of this building, the old man was filled with hope and joy. On the arch hung an old board with the newly painted letters, Post Office. The old man went in quietly and sat on the veranda. 2 or 3 voices of people busy at their work could be faintly heard. Police Superintendent, a voice inside called sharply. The old man started at the sound, but composed himself quickly to wait. Name after name rang out from within as the clerk read out the addresses on the letters and flung them to the waiting postman. Now this building to which the old man was going was a post office, and it was his habit that he was going daily to the post office, sitting in the veranda. Veranda is a shade outside the house. In the same way, outside the post office building was a veranda, you can say a waiting area where you can sit and wait for your turn. So 2 or 3 voices were only coming out of that place, you can say of the post office, because early in the morning when the post comes to the post office, all the postmen gather there to get the letters of their areas. So there was a voice with the police superintendent, which means that somebody was calling the police superintendent. Some letter or some post was for him, and the old man he just find that it might be a voice for him, but he stopped himself over there to wait because the letter was not for him. So name after name, the post master over there in the post office was taking or calling out the names of the people whom post have come, but there was no name for this old man, but he was still waiting for his name to come and to get his post from the post office. This is the old man who's going to the post office. You can see the scene it's giving in your book on page number 75. Before going to page number 76, some new vocabulary words. Acquired means obtain. Commissioner means representative of authority in an area. Gratitude, quality of being thankful. Accustomed means habitual or normal routine. Page number 76, first paragraph. For long practice, he had acquired great speed in reading out the titles commissioner, superintendent, librarian, and in throwing the letters. In the midst of this procedure, a joking voice called, "Shikari Ali!" The old man got up, raised his eyes towards heaven in gratitude, and stepped forward. "Akbar Bhai, you called out Ali's name, didn't you? Here I am. I have come for my letter." "Who's that?" asked the new postmaster. "Old Shikari Ali, sir. He waits here every day for letters that never come," the clerk told him. The old man went back slowly to the bench on which he had been accustomed to sit these 5 long years. This paragraph shows that while he was waiting, he could hear the voice of the postmaster who was calling out the name commissioner, superintendent, librarian, and so on. And he flung the letters towards the respective postmen so that they could collect and deliver the post letters to the respective person. Now, in the midst of the procedure, somebody jokingly called out Shikari Ali's name, and it was really very much rising up for that old man. As soon as he heard the voice Shikari Ali, he got up from its place. I'm talking about the old man. He got up from its place and he looked to the heaven with thankful eyes. Gratitude means thankful. With thankful eyes, and stepped forward. He went to the postmaster and said, "Akbar Bhai, you called out Ali's name." This means he was waiting for the letter, and if somebody had called out jokingly that there is a letter for Shikari Ali, so he went in. He did not think about it that somebody is joking with him. Daily it happened. Whenever he came and sit there outside the post office, somebody called out his name jokingly, but even them ignoring all that, he was still waiting for some letter. The new postmaster was very much surprised to hear that I have not called Ali's name, but even then he was there. So he asked the man over there that who was this man. He said he's old Shikari Ali. This means the old man who appeared in the beginning of the lesson is Shikari Ali. His name is Ali and he might be a shikari. Shikari is a Urdu word and it is used here because he was a shikari, or you can say a huntsman. He told the new postmaster that he waits every day over there for the letter that had never come. So when the postmaster refused that there was no letter for him, he went back to sit on the bench where he was sitting since 5 long years. This means since 5 long years have been passed, he has been coming daily to the post office to collect the letter that has never come. Page 76 for new paragraphs. You are going to go through some new vocabulary words. Obsession means passion. Partridge is a short-tailed game bird. Scrub, which means rub. Regiment, unit, group or division. Instinct, an innate quality. Crouching, adopt a position with bending knees, which means kneeling down. Page number 76, third paragraph. Ali had been a clever shikari once. As his skill increased, so did his love for the hunt. Soon it became an obsession. Not a day passed without Ali setting out with his gun. People said that when Ali sighted the earth-brown partridge, which was almost invisible to others' eyes, the poor bird was as good as in his bag. His sharp eyes spotted the hare crouching in the yellow-brown scrub even if the dogs failed to see it. And in a moment it was dead. Ali loved to go fishing too. However, soon Ali's life took a new turn. His only child, Maryam, had grown up into a young woman, and before Ali realized it, she married a soldier and went off to live with him and his regiment in Punjab. For the last 5 years, Ali had received no news of his daughter. Ali became very lonely. The hunter's instinct was still there, but the thrill felt by a sportsman had disappeared. In the last paragraph, it had been revealed that Ali, that old man's name was Ali, and he was a shikari once. He was so skilled in this that he could even see a little bird, that is a partridge they have mentioned here. He could even see a little bird from far and could hunt it. Not even a bird, but a brown hare that hides in the brown bushes and could not be seen by others. He could see that brown hare easily and follow it. And many of them were very much admiring for him for his love for the hunt. Not even he was a good hunter, but he loved fishing too. But because of a new turn in his life, his only child Maryam, a girl child he had, and when she grown up, she married a soldier without informing Ali, and since 5 years have been passed, there was no news from that lady who was living in Punjab with her husband. So Ali became very much lonely. It shows that he was not married and he had no wife, so he was missing his daughter very much. And his daughter's name is Maryam, as we have been revealed here. So he wanted to hunt, but he became so lonely. He was so much disappointed that all the sportsmanship which was in him was disappeared. Before reading the next page, we'll see some more new vocabulary words. Bewildered, confused or puzzled. Bereft, deprived of or lacking. Serenity means calmness. Pilgrimage means mission or trip. Infinite or infinite, sometimes you can say, which means boundless or endless. Page number 77. The last word of this is on the last page. I will show you. See, this one is page number 76. And the last word on this page will give a continuation to page number 77. So I would like to read from here. It's written nor could. I hope you all can see it. Now we are on page number 77. Nor he laughed at the bewildered terror of the young partridges, bereft of their parents. He gave up hunting and spent all his time reflecting upon life and admiring the beauty of the lush green fields. He began to understand the meaning of love and separation. Ali had never received a letter in his life, but now he would rise at 4 o'clock every morning and walk to the post office. With the serenity born of hope and faith, he waited for a letter from Maryam. This paragraph shows that he was very much skilled in his work, but now because of the separation of his daughter, he gave up hunting, and he used to spend all his time reflecting upon his life. This means he was recalling all the memories of his life. He spent his time in the lush green fields. Lush means beautiful green fields, and now he understands what is the meaning of love and separation when his own daughter was not with him. So the letter he was waiting for from his daughter he had never received. But even then, every morning at 4 o'clock, he woke up and walked to the post office with the hope that he might receive a letter from his daughter. Page number 77, the next paragraph. The post office, one of the most impersonal buildings in the world, became a place of pilgrimage for him. He always occupied a particular corner of the building, and when people got to know his habit, they laughed at him. The postmen began to make a game of him. Even though there was no letter for him, they would call out his name just to see him jump up and come to the door. But with boundless faith and infinite patience, Ali came there every day and went away empty-handed. So while every day he was coming at 4 o'clock and no letter was there since 5 years, so everybody was calling him that the post office, or you can say the place where post office was situated, became a place of pilgrimage. Pilgrimage means a holy place where every day the person was coming and sitting over there waiting for the letters, but no letter was there. So he occupied a corner of that building and daily he used to sit over there. Now the inhabitants mean the people who were living there, even the postmen, they all made fun of him. Daily they made fun of him and they call out his name eventually, but there was no letter for him. Ali knew all of this, that he was being made fun of, but even then what he did, he daily went at 4 o'clock in the morning to find out if any letter from his daughter he could receive. New words: creaking, showing weakness; enthusiasm, eagerness; inexpressive, showing no expression; briskly, in an energetic way. It's still page number 77, last two paragraphs. As Ali waited, he would see the peons come to collect their letters. Smart young men in spotless uniforms and creaking new shoes. With great enthusiasm, they would exchange news from their various offices. Every now and then, the door would be thrown open and the postmaster, a man with a face as sad and inexpressive as a pumpkin, would be seen sitting on his chair inside. One day, Ali was there as usual, but he did not move from his seat when the door was opened. "Police Commissioner," the clerk called out, and a young fellow stepped forward briskly for the letters. Now daily, as Ali is coming to the post office and waiting for the letter, he used to see the young postmen coming in with uniforms which are spotless, clean and neat. They were enthusiastic. Enthusiastic means they were full of joy. They were full of curiosity when they entered the post office, sharing the news of other post offices with each other. But there was no letter for Shikari Ali. One day he heard a voice of Police Commissioner. Somebody called out Police Commissioner, but he did not stand up. A fellow stepped in, and let's see what happens next. We will be moving to page number 78, and before moving to page 78, we will be having some new words. Customary, which means usual, the thing that is happening daily. Saluting, which means greet, hail or welcome. Relic means antique. Pitiable means deserving. Heaps means pile. Stack or mass means, in easy words, you can say a thing that is gathered at one place, or a group of things gathered at one place is called heaps. Riverbed, a channel in which river flows. This is page number 78. Superintendent, another peon, came up to the clerk, and he, like a parrot, repeated the customary 1,000 names. At last they had all gone. Ali too got up, saluting the post office as if it housed some precious relic. He walked away slowly, a pitiable figure, a century behind his time. "That fellow," asked the postmaster, "is he mad?" "Oh yes," answered the clerk. "He has been coming here every day for the last 5 years, but he doesn't get any letters." "Who does he think will have the time to write a letter every day?" Now once again, one day, the postmaster found out Shikari Ali was sitting there, and he became so curious about his figure. He asked one of the clerk over there. Clerk is a man who works there daily. He asked him, for whom's letter is he waiting? The clerk said since 5 years he has been coming here, but he is waiting for a letter that never comes. So everybody was very much curious, or wanted to find out for whom Shikari Ali was waiting. Page 78, next paragraph I'm going to read. Oh yes, answered the clerk, he has been coming here every year for the last 5 years, but he doesn't get any letters. Why does he think we'll have the time to write a letter every day? He is a bit mad, sir. In the old days he committed many sins and is paying for it now, a postman added. Madmen are strange people, the postmaster remarked. Yes, I saw a madman once who did nothing but make a little heaps of dust. Another one went every day to the riverbed in the order to pour water on a certain stone. Now, as the clerk was talking to the postmaster, they started talking about some more madmen they have met in their lives. So they have started calling Shikari Ali a madman, which was very painful, which might be painful, I think, for that person. He was very old and still he was continually coming daily to the post office to find out for the letter. They talked about two mad people. I'm talking about that postmaster and the clerk. They were talking about two mad people in their life. One was who did nothing but make heaps of dust, which means he was only flying away the dust, doing nothing. And there was another one who daily went to the riverbed. Riverbed means a place where a river is flowing, and he started throwing water on a certain stone. So they were talking about the habits of mad people around the world. So they were also counting that Shikari Ali in those mad people. But up till here, till this story, we see that Shikari Ali was actually not mad. He was waiting for some special letter which has been told already, that will be or that would have come from his daughter with the name of Maryam. Today we'll keep the story up till here. So this is the part 1 of chapter Maryam's letter. Homework which you are going to do in the literature copy. Question number 1. You need to give meanings of following words. Few of the words you will find in the lesson, but there are certain words for which you have to look the meanings in the dictionary. Number 1 is screech, number 2 veranda, number 3 midst, number 4 partridge, number 5 crouching, number 6 regiment, number 7 thrill, number 8 bewildered, number 9 enthusiasm, number 10 briskly. Question number 2, you have to give reference to the context. Who said it to whom? In the last classes we did it like this. Who said these words to whom? Now the question is changed. You have to give reference to the context, which means you have to give the name of the lesson, then you will tell who is saying and then to whom the thing is said. Number 1, Akbar Bhai, you called out Ali's name, didn't you? For this you have to tell from which lesson this statement has been taken and who said it to whom at what place. Number 2, he is a bit mad, sir. In the old days he committed many sins and he is paying for it now. Question number 3, why did someone call out the name Shikari Ali? Question number 4, what was Ali's obsession? Question number 5, use following in sentences of your own. Number 1, inhabitants. You have to make sentences. Don't take the statements from the chapter. Just go through the meanings of these words and try to make your own sentences. Number 1 is inhabitants. Number 2, gratitude. Number 3, obsession. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. God bless you.